Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing a try on of some new beauty products. I have here my items from my Sephora haul. I have a couple other new beauty products we can go ahead and just try on here with you. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Now, as many of you know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now offer an online beauty consulting service, which is where you get to talk to me one-on-one and you get to pick my brains about your beauty concerns. Whether you want to go over the items you already have and just want some guidance on how to apply them for your features, or if you're looking for some advice about some of the products on the market. The benefit of my service is I work for myself. I don't work for any brand in particular, and you won't feel that like sales pressure that's often found in department stores. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box. And I also have gift cards available. So if you want to offer this service to someone in your life, or if you would like someone to offer this to you, just send them the link for the gift card. All right, before we dive into the makeup, I want to do a little bit of skin prep. And the first thing is the lips. This is the Dior Maximizer. And I have the shade 001. This is just like the most basic color. It's like your lips, but better. Also for the skin today off camera, I did use this new toner here from Chantecaille. This is called the Solution. This is the exfoliating Phytoactive solution. This is the lab sample that I've been testing out behind the scenes. This has glycolic acid, lactic acid, AHAs. For me, this helped with skin tone and also with maskne and the acne around my chin and jawline here. I only use this at night. I think if you had oilier skin, you could use this morning and night, but for me, I like to use it only at night. I have normal dehydrated skin. I'm 33, but if you had really oily skin, you would probably want to use this every single day, like morning and night. I've been using this toner for about a month now, so I'll include some photos of day one, halfway through the month, and then at the end of the month. So when I got the lab sample over a month ago, the product wasn't even on the Chantecaille website, and I didn't have the full ingredient list with me. I had some of like the main ingredients, but I didn't have the full ingredient list. And what's really surprising is that on the site, it says that alcohol is one of the ingredients in this toner. So, I mean, I didn't notice it. I didn't see like any adverse effects on my skin, but it is there in the ingredient list. And I do want to tell you, I mean, if you do some research for yourself, you'll find out anyway. So I'm really surprised that there's alcohol in this. So just be aware of that. For me, this is comparable to the Paula's Choice Liquid BHA Exfoliator, like, you know, the one in the gray bottle. I know a lot of you have tried it and absolutely love it. I love it too. I think that this product here is along those same lines of that sort of toner that's really good to clear up any breakouts and uneven skin tone and enlarged pores, that sort of thing. It's that type of product. All right, let's move on to the makeup. I will be using these BK Beauty brushes here. I talked about them in a video recently, but I'm gonna go ahead and use more of them today as well. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my eyes, but the first part here is actually a little bit more in my brows. And this is from Chantecaille. It's the Brow Lift Éclat. It's one of those soft pencils you use under your brow just to give that little lift. And it's not necessarily something that's going to stand out a lot. It just helps give your brow that little lift and highlight. And then I just go in with a brush and blend it out a little. This is the sort of product that helps you go from a good brow to a great one. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and use my Armani liquid eyeshadow, and I have the shade called 9 Cold Copper. Now I've recently noticed that a lot of these are sold out on various different sites. Like every website that I look at, it's sold out. I was told that these are not being discontinued. I don't know what the holdup is, but I find that on every single site that I'm looking at, these are all like half sold out, but apparently it's okay. They're going to have more stock at some point. Now, this is going to be a one and done eyeshadow look, but I am going to go into my bronzer here. This is my new Gucci bronzer, and I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it in the crease. I'm using my BK Beauty brush 201. This is a nice big fluffy brush here, so I'm just putting a little bit of this in the crease. You can do this if you want. You can skip and just go in with the liquid eyeshadow. It's up to you. Adding the bronzer or another matte neutral color just helps blend the colors more naturally, so you don't have like a stark line between the shimmer shadow and your skin. But it's up to you and how one and done you want this to be. What's nice about using the bronzer is that this is the bronzer that I will use for my skin afterwards. And something about marrying the colors, just a little hint on the eyes and then on the cheeks, will just pull the look together. It's not something you'll pinpoint, but you'll just see that it looks very cohesive together. All right, let's go into this beautiful liquid shadow. Now, I've heard a lot about these, and I have to say that I get it. I get what the fuss is about. These are great. I only have one shade right now, but I'm ordering more. And what I like the most, first off, is the wand, the applicator, the shape of it. If you look closely, you'll see that the wand isn't completely whole. There's like a little slit in the center, and it just, the shape of it somehow picks up just enough product. I never have too much. Sometimes with liquid shadows, you have to like wipe off a lot of excess. The shape of this is perfect. I think that little slit in the center allows for product to leave, and you just get the right amount of shadow every single time. So what I do is I do one eye at a time, and I am just going to place this all over the lid. This is kind of like my technique for basically every liquid eyeshadow. So this is like a really nice neutral shimmery color here. And I'm just putting this all over the lid, and then I'm going to blend it out. This is the BK Beauty brush 207. I think this is my favorite brush that I've tried from them. I think it's technically called like a buffing pencil brush, but I just love the shape. It's short. The bristles are just very, I don't know, stacked and very dense. And I just find that it's perfect just to, sorry about that, I had an Amazon delivery. What was I saying? Yeah, this is perfect just to place in the crease here and just blend out so gently. It's just like the perfect shape to fit in here. So I think this is my favorite one so far. I do one eye at a time because these do dry down quite quickly. And once they're set, they're set. They don't move, they don't budge, they don't flake, they don't crease. They're like, I totally get it. I get what the fuss is about. But one thing I don't understand is why so many retailers are sold out of this, even on the Armani site directly. Like half of the colors, even more than half, are sold out right now. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if everyone like me has just discovered that these exist and that they're great. But apparently they're not being discontinued. I haven't heard that they're being reformulated. I just don't know what's going on. But anyway, I think a lot of you are aware of this because I know a lot of you were trying to buy them recently as well. I'm just gonna add a little bit more here just to intensify the color. I think the next color I'm going to get is called Scarab, which looks like a beautiful dark green. I like green. There's another shade that I want to get that's called like Night Viper. I think it's a beautiful purpley color, but we'll see. I find that these swatches were a little bit difficult to see what type of color you'd actually get. Like this is cold copper here, and I swear that the swatches online, I had no idea what I was getting. I thought this was going to be more gold. It's still beautiful. It's just sometimes the swatches are like not super reliable. Now I don't have a super brand new mascara, so I'm just gonna go into my Benefit They're Real Magnetic Lash Mascara. Funny story, my sister-in-law bought this after watching one of my videos, and she went to, I think, get her nails done or something, and the lady was like, what did you do to her lashes? And she was like, my sister-in-law, the influencer, told me to buy it, so I'm glad she liked it. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this new Benefit mascara as well, and if you also enjoy it. All right, let's move on to the complexion. I'm going into my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I have the shade 4.5. When I hauled this product here, someone commented that they were surprised I got such a dark shade. For me, this is definitely going to be a foundation slash primer. If I got one of the lighter colors, that would be more of a liquid highlighter, but I was looking more for a primer slash foundation, but I definitely want to get some of the smaller sizes just to be able to use as a liquid highlighter. So this is going to be like my super glowy primer here. And it does offer some coverage, but I'm not adding that much. I just want that little blur filter radiant glow. Now I'm going into my BK Beauty brush 106. This is a foundation brush. This is another favorite for me. I just find that it buffs out so easily. And I know I've said this before, but these brushes are so soft, so soft. It's like a little massage from an angel. It's so soft. I barely put any pressure on the brush. I barely put any effort, and it just blended out the primer that I put on. So as you can see, my skin looks so radiant. I still see some little imperfections. For me, this could be like a no makeup day with some concealer. You can still see skin blemishes, but you just get that beautiful radiant filter. Now I'm going into a tinted moisturizer. This is from NARS. This is their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and I have the shade Mykonos. Hopefully I will be there next winter. So this is definitely a tinted moisturizer. It's very much light to medium, but very light. You can build it up, but it's definitely your skin but better. It's also luminous and radiant. If you have very oily skin, I don't think this would be for you, because you do get that luminous glow throughout the day, which I personally like, but it might not be for you. I'm using the same foundation brush, and I'm just going to buff this in. So this is offering more coverage, but you're still going to see some blemishes, a little bit of discoloration. So it's not going to hide a lot, but it is going to give you that soft, natural tinted moisturizer your skin, but better. And it definitely looks like skin underneath. It's very breathable, not cakey whatsoever. Now for the concealer, I have nothing new. I'm going into my Clé de Peau concealer in the shade Almond. Okay, now that my complexion is done, as you can see, I look luminous and radiant, and I will stay like this all day. Obviously, I mixed the Hollywood Flawless Filter with the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, but even the NARS Tinted Moisturizer on its own will still look radiant and dewy throughout the day. So just be like mindful of that. Personally, I love it. I think it looks beautiful and healthy and glowy. Just, you know, be aware of that. All right, let's move on to some bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and use this beautiful Gucci bronzer. I have the shade number 3. Now I know that I'm quite late to the game, but I'm finally here. So this does have a slight fragrance. It reminds me of the scent from the face powder. And this also has the same shape as the face powder. So underneath here, you do get a little brush. This is so beautiful. I love the turquoise with the gold. It just screams like vintage old Hollywood and just so extra. Gucci makeup has really just eaten so many people's lunch money, and they deserve it because they've just been coming out with such beautiful products and beautiful packaging. I hope one day they come out with blush in the same compact. How beautiful would that be? Can you imagine? Oh, that would be wonderful. I'm going into my BK Beauty Brush 103. This is designed as the bronzing brush here. So I'm just going to sweep some onto my cheeks. My baby hairs are trying to get mixed in. Nothing new there. So I think normally I prefer going into a brush this shape for the bronzer. This is a Refer brush number 104, and I think this is just like their cheek or blush brush. But I like this shape because it kind of just like digs into the brow bone here. Whereas this here is very soft and diffused. You can see that the bristles are very pliable and movable. So the color isn't as concentrated. It's definitely not for contouring. It's for bronzer, as it says. So you just end up getting like a nice sweep of bronzer. It's interesting, this isn't the brush shape that I would reach for, but I like it. I find that it gives me just like a nice amount of glow. It looks like I actually spent the day in Mykonos instead of just having it as a tinted moisturizer. Okay, so for the blush, I have a couple options. I have my Sicily blush here in Rosewood, which is a nice neutral pink. It's like a universal pink, good for any makeup look, but I have a new one here from Hermès that I think I might use instead. This is Rose Abricot, which is an apricot, more peachy coral color. So I think this will go with my whole look today. So for the application, I'm gonna go ahead and use my little Hermès travel brush here. And then for the lips, I'm going into one of my new Chanel Rouge Coco Bloom. I have the shade 130 Blossom. And then for the fragrance, because we always have to add a fragrance to complete a makeup look, I'm going into this new oil perfume from Violette Affaire, and this is called Avec Amour. It's this beautiful, musky, sensual, dry oil. So I'm just going to place a little bit of this. Okay, actually our last touch here will be a spray sunscreen. This is the Kate Sommerville SPF 50. You can spray this over top of a full face of makeup. Let's go ahead and do this right now. So when you spray this sunscreen or any spray sunscreen, wait several seconds before opening your eyes. Otherwise you might get sunscreen in your eye and it kind of hurts and it's really annoying. So this was recommended to me by a lot of you, and a lot of you told me that there was a smell. There is a smell. It smells like sunscreen and maybe something else. It does linger a little bit. I mean, I think if you wear a lot of sunscreen all the time, you're going to smell like sunscreen a little bit all the time. So it's kind of the payoff you have to do if you want to reapply sunscreen. But I like this. I find that it wears really nicely over top of makeup. It does add a little bit more shine and more glow. If you have very oily skin, I don't think you'd love this. I think the Color Science powder sunscreen application would be more for you, but if you have normal skin, dehydrated skin, dry skin, mature skin, this is actually really good. The smell is there. You notice the smell, but I don't really care. I think it's fine. It doesn't bother me that much. And I really like that it doesn't interfere with my makeup whatsoever. All right, guys, I think this is it for today's video. I'm feeling very warm and summery and tropical. I hope you got some inspiration. Hope you loved today's video. I've been trying out these products off camera for a few weeks now, so I'm happy to share my thoughts with you guys at home. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you're subscribed and also hit that little notification bell on the side so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Feel free to sound off in the comments below. Let me know if you like these products or if you dislike them. Just leave a comment. So I think this is it. I think this is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.